welcome, Emily.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. Please tell
Good to
people.
meet you, Joe. This is the first
Thank
time we're
you.
chatting.
Yeah, which is like super cool. I get to make a new friend every time I do an interview, so pretty
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Excited to hear your stories. Please tell everybody who you are and what you do.
I'm Emily Waltz. I'm the lead singer of Archdruid, and that's a doom metal, traditional NWOTHM inspired band out of New Hampshire.
Yeah,
The Steel City Manch is what we call our home, basically. That's our
nice.
home base for our band.
Oh, really cool. Yeah, and you have music that people can hear on Spotify and YouTube. You've got some EPs, splits, singles out there, a couple of things.
We do. We're happy to be on vinyl with some other awesome bands like More in the Light, and we're on all streaming services now. So that's a big deal for us. We put out our recent EP, Tales from the Mabinogion, pretty recently.
Yeah, 2023 September, just at the end of last year, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
super cool. Amazing. Um, and yeah, so let's jump into your interview questions. When did you first realize that you loved rock music and you wanted to create more of it?
Well, I always knew that I was a performer, and I started listening to Aerosmith, Queen, trying on vintage outfits in my bedroom because I like went to high school in the '90s. I don't mean to date myself, but I had a stash of '70s clothes. I'd be trying them on, pretending I was a rock star in my mirror in my bedrooms, just like probably a lot of performers.
I love that story. What was your like imaginary microphone? Was it a hairbrush? Was it a broom?
I don't know that I even had one. Maybe a hairbrush.
Nice. Yeah,
I
you
was
were
pretty into getting my bangs ready for school, so maybe it was my hairbrush.
okay. Nice. Um, that sounds like a really amazing flashback to see. Um, okay, so if you could add any three albums to your vinyl collection, what would they be?
Okay, I'm gonna say Buffalo Volcanic Rock, Proto Metal. It's like Australia's answer to Steppenwolf.
Okay. Hmm.
And that's a really hard album to find. It probably goes from anywhere from 70 to $400. I've seen it, but the band never really made it out of Australia. They legends like Black Sabbath and Zeppelin were just dominating the scene, but they
Hmm.
did get to open for Black Sabbath when they came to Australia. So
Oh,
super
okay.
influenced lyrically by them. Their cadence, the way Dave Tice sings,
Oh, nice.
huge influence on me.
I really like the storytelling in your lyrics, bringing up like just things about that. Oh, and actually, just to like go back to the last thing that you were saying there about like,
Oh, I got two more.
oh yeah, go ahead.
So Wishbone Ash is probably band out of England, probably the most easy one to get a hold of. Jameson Raid, like we're really big into proto metal. They never released an album. So that would be kind of a fantasy one to have. Like if they
Hmm.
had released an album, I think there was a compilation of them in 2010 that was released, sold out immediately. Don't want that to happen to us. We're working on our full length, but I love their music and the storytelling in their stuff. So it's kind of like I like the storytelling is a huge thing with
Nice.
ours at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the storytelling and also in your music video, um, the whole production and even the credits at the end of the video are very like sort of Shakespearean, I think. It's got like a Midsummer Night's Dream vibe to it. And
Oh yeah, that mythical, magical Welsh mythology. People
yeah.
don't hear a lot about it, but it's like the precursor to the King Arthur
Hmm.
story. So people really should delve in a little more into Welsh mythology. I don't think enough bands have done it. So
Well, that's what we got you for. Uh,
Wildflower Goddess is our video. So
Yeah, and in Wildflower Goddess, I just wanted to remark on your really truly unique movements. They're sort of like if Dio was a belly dancer.
That's so
Kind of.
funny that you should mention belly dance.
Are you a belly dancer?
20 years belly dance, yes.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew when I watched that music video you were a belly dancer. I could totally tell by your movements, the serpentine gyration and the mimery with the hands.
Isn't that funny how it translates? It's like I've
Yeah,
been building up for this my whole life.
so epic.
Right.
Well, if people aren't intrigued by like the description that like you seem to be like a Dio serpentine belly dancing, gyrating, miming like vision in a like yes, proto-Arthurian sort of Welsh like
It's everything.
Shakespearean storytelling. Take it, people. Just watch the music video at this point.
It's everything. We love Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. Super huge influence. Yeah.
Ah, do you get into like other like I guess it's sort of proto doom or like prog stuff like curved air cut or I would guess that you've definitely got a Fairport Convention fan in your band.
No, no, I'm not really super
Oh,
familiar with
I'll
that.
send you some links later.
We like prog. We like to start out one way and then go into a whole other part of the music. You hear that in a couple of our songs. So I'd say we are probably pretty prog influenced.
Yeah, yeah, I think a lot of doom has prog roots coming out of like Cream, for example.
We love
Uh
Cream. Yeah.
yeah, well, see, I
I
get
want to
you.
cover a Cream song.
I see what you're up to, belly dancing to Cream songs over there.
What's Strange Brew? I'd love to cover
Ooh, that
Strange
would
Brew.
be, oh man, I want to
What's
see that.
inside of you?
Yeah, are you gonna record that one or would that be like only live to see that?
It's really hard to record a cover because of legalities and all that. We've done
Oh,
it once, but I don't know.
okay. All right. If we want to see the Cream cover, we gotta go check out a live show. So
Yeah, that's a possibility.
if your music were a movie soundtrack, what would the movie be about?
I think it would be like a dark fantasy with a sci-fi twist.
Mm-hmm.
Highlander was
Okay.
something I really love. And, like Queen did the Highlander soundtrack, Flash Gordon. I mean, Dune even. Just something really like dark, deserty, even Max vibes maybe. We do a song called Desolate Kingdom, so
Mm-hmm.
it's open.
So
And we're getting more into Lovecraft too recently.
um for this film soundtracked, with Archdruid songs, would it be a Muppets production? Would it be an animated film? Would it be live action? Would it have CGI?
I think all live action. I'm not a
All of it.
super fan of CGI. I like the old ways. I don't care if there's a Muppet in there.
I think it should have a.
That's super creative.
I want to see the puppets.
Bring on the puppets, kind of
The
like
doom.
Dark Crystal. Like a Dark
Yeah.
Crystal. Ooh.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm excited for that movie and to see how the Cream cover song like could fit into the soundtrack.
Oh,
What would that scene be?
I don't know. It'd be a little sexy, I think.
Oh my God, the belly dancing Muppets. Oh,
We should do it. Paul would love it. My husband, our rhythm guitarist, would love that.
all we need is the AI. It's like 2 to 5 years from now, we'll just type it in. Well, we won't even type it. We'll just give it a link to this interview and
Mhm.
it'll figure it out.
But
So,
I got a video. Now it's got its upsides and downsides. I am an
yeah,
artist.
it's like plastic. Um, all right. If you could play a world tour with any three bands alive today, who would you choose? And is there any city you'd like to play most of all?
Oh my gosh. I'd love to play Newcastle, England. It's where everything started. Lucifer is a band we've seen twice now. We
Mm-hmm.
love them. We love them touring with Coven. We love them touring with Angel Witch.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Coven. Love Jinx. Um,
Awesome.
Blood Ceremony. We really like. That's very pagan, very medieval. Um, a lot of flute action in there. We love
Mm.
that. Um, Green Lung is an awesome band that I've noticed out.
Hmm.
So that would be a good fit for us, I feel
You
like.
know, I gotta compliment you on your answer to that question. I think that was the best thought out answer anyone's ever given because you actually picked bands that you would fit with touring. Like I was thinking earlier today that I would totally put you on a tour with Lucifer if I were a promoter. And you picked bands that actually go out and tour instead of saying things like Wasp or saying things like Iron Maiden where people buy tickets to see Iron Maiden, they don't want to see the opener, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
so
just there for the main thing.
yeah, you answered that better than anybody has ever answered that. Good fucking job.
Well, thank
So,
you. I
and
want reality to happen.
yeah, that's the
That's what
point
I
of
want.
that is the point of the question. I want people to watch it and go, you know what? I would definitely like to see those three touring and then like, like let the ripple happen and it gets to the right person where they're like, those would be a great tour set.
Yeah,
Well,
somebody
here's
tag that.
Emily
Tag
is
something.
smart.
Tag something. Let's get it going.
Yeah, Emily is smart. Everybody knows now. She can answer questions with like long-sightedness. Excellent. Um, thank you. Okay, looking back, what was a big decision you made that turned out to be a great choice?
Moving out of the Bible Belt and up to New England. That was huge. There's more opportunities up here. There's more of a scene here. You've got to follow your scene.
Mm.
And that's what
And
I did.
yeah, so how old were you when you moved? Where did you move from? How'd you move? Did you go on a bus? Did you go in a car?
No, I actually, well, I met a couple of our bandmates, Paul and Dylan, at the biggest medieval festival in the United States.
This is
Had a party.
starting off with a great story.
We may or may not have been under the influence. And I was like, hey, guy, it was their first, it was the Penzic Ward. And I was like, hey, guys, you want to come party with us? And then kind of the rest is history. I started dating Paul, moved up here, started going to all kinds of shows. He was in a band at the time, and that's kind of how it evolved.
What a great story.
They found a medieval performer to do this kind of epic shit with them,
You
basically.
know, where else would you look except the Renaissance Fair?
Really? Yeah. It's not quite Renaissance Fair
Oh,
because everybody has to be immersed in it. No spectators.
oh,
So it's a little deeper than that. And
oh
that's
my
where you meet
God.
the real
What,
peeps.
what, what sort of role do you become when you go?
Well, I'm Cimarron of Dracelaw, a belly dancing courtesan, of
Oh,
course.
yeah. Okay. You're amazing. Okay. God, what should I be? um,
Oh, you could be something spectacular, I'm sure.
I want to be a lady with an orb. So, all right.
Sounds
We're
magical.
many orbs. Okay, so anyway, um, what is a performance memory you will never forget?
All right, so we all we've spilled the beans. We have some connections to medieval reenacting. There's
Mhm.
a steel fighting group out of Nashua, and they fight worldwide. They asked us to do. They tried to do a event and a rock show.
Mhm.
So we went to their event. It was the first time they tried to have rock music, and there were sound difficulties
Mhm.
about 3 songs in of terrible sound. And Dylan, my drummer, and I trying to entertain everybody for this weird, awkward moment.
Mhm.
They got the sound working so that I could sing our Taliesin song to the Armed Steel Fighters group. So I was able to say, Arthur's mighty sword. The sound was on, full
Mhm.
sound. It was kind of what I envisioned for it.
Wow. That is so cool. Hmm.
Taliesin is the bard that wrote about King Arthur. So that's also kind of Welsh rooted.
Oh my God. Another like epically good answer to that question. Like,
Isn't that awesome?
yeah, I mean, you like formed this band and you manifested this moment to sing this bard's thing to steel fighters. Like, you're a
Who would
witch.
appreciate it more?
You're a witch.
Perhaps.
If you could choose to be on the lineup of any upcoming festival, which would you choose?
Okay, the guys have been talking a lot about Ripple Fest, and it moves around apparently. Like sometimes it's in the desert, but it's pretty doom metal. So that would be a cool one for us. I really want to do Legions of Metal Chicago or Hell's Heroes.
Yeah,
And I mean, of course, I have dreams of going over the pond and doing like Keep It True or Up the Hammers in Greece.
right.
Of course, if
Yeah.
I'm dreaming big, that's what I'm gonna think for.
Oh, those are completely within your grasp, witch woman. Just
We'll
cast your
see.
spells. You can make that happen.
I like that.
Um,
I'll manifest.
yeah, you will. And also Legions of Metal, a whole bunch of the rock goddesses from the series are gonna either be playing or just going to see each other. So let me know if you decide to get over there and we'll hang out and we'll do all course whatever you want to do, honestly. You're the one full of great ideas.
Heck yeah,
Um
I've seen a few at Hell's Heroes that you've interviewed already. I
uh
saw Lady Beast
mhm
and Amy from Solicitor.
mhm
Saw
mhm
them. So I'm
nice.
trying. Our band, a friend of ours that also goes to the same festival we met at, Penzik, was Legendary. I don't know if you've heard of Legendary. They're Pittsburgh based, but they go to Penzik too. So they're kind of
Is
like an
it
epic.
is that a female fronted band?
It's not. But
Okay.
Amy's thinking about going to Penzik. So
Aha. Yeah.
that'd be cool to have like a little metal contingent at that festival. So,
For sure, for sure. Okay, so those are four cool things. Hell's Heroes, Legions of Metal, Up the Hammers. What was the other one?
and Ripple Fest,
Oh,
which I
Ripple
don't know
Fest.
a lot about, but the guys are talking about a lot. So I'm going to mention it.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Doom metal. So
What is your favorite piece of music gear?
I'm going to have to say my microphone.
Mm-hmm.
I got sick of playing on house mics, which is what I started on.
Mm-hmm.
Learned the hard way. So I got a $100 mic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Shure Cardioid Dynamic is what it's called. Just got it on Amazon. Invested $100 in my mic. I've recorded on it, and the guy was like, "Hey, that sounded pretty freaking good
All
for
right.
$100 mic." We had $1,000 one you could have used. But
That's
I had
funny.
my money. I didn't know any better actually, so I was like, "Okay."
Nice. I mean, better than
And
house
a
mic.
fuzz pedal is pretty cool to have.
Fuzz pedal
What
for
fuzz?
yeah,
Like
talk about that
reverb.
fuzz pedal. Fuzz pedal. What kind of fuzz pedal?
I actually don't know the name of the fuzz pedal, but it's like my drummer bought it for me, and
Mm-hmm.
it just gives you the reverb, gives you that
Cool.
cool sound. So hit the fuzz pedal, have your own mic,
What
you're all
part
set.
of the South did you live in?
Kentucky.
Okay. Like, where's this accent from? Oh my gosh. Oh, you do a couple other things as well. Fire dancing, painting,
Mm-hmm.
Roma soap.
Yeah, I make soap. I'm now doing Druidess skate wax.
What's
That
that?
is, it's just apparently skateboarders rub wax on curbs to get
Oh,
off some sweet grinds,
oh, oh,
to pull
cool.
off some cool tricks.
Okay.
So, and I just love pouring things in the molds and popping them out and seeing little snakes and dragons and skulls. It's just therapeutic or something. So I've started doing skate wax. Similar, it kind of stems from the soap, maybe the mold
Can,
stuff.
can I show you like a weird wax thing that I made?
Yeah, I'll show you one of mine too.
Yeah, let's show each other our weird wax things. Okay, so I
Yeah.
made a couple of like effigies of my face to burn.
Wow,
I've got
that's
an
kind of like a, you know what? It reminds me of like a death mask,
oh,
but with glitter.
absolutely. These are
But
my
with glitter.
hands.
That's so funny. I was watching a thing about Mary Queen of Scots and her death mask, and they were trying to figure out, is it
Oh,
really?
okay. Just put those away
I
now.
spent way too much time on that, by the way, looking at that.
No, it's okay. I see like
Is
this
it
is
her death mask? I don't know.
um I told you that every time I do one of these interviews, I feel like I'm making a new friend. Like you're my friend that I can show my wax death effigies
This is
to.
awesome. It's you, but sedate and serene.
Right.
Maybe
And
dead.
waxing.
I don't know.
Show
But
me the wax. Show me the
so
wax.
this is kind of like it's a
Yes.
little skill snake.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say it's gnarly.
Yeah.
Gnarly for the skater boys out there in my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
so okay, so you make
And
really
you know what? They wanted it scented like soap. I was like, okay.
oh my God, these are so cool. I'm so glad that
This is almond cookie scented per request by skater boys. Who knew? I didn't know they wanted that, but they do.
oh my God, I'm so glad that I stopped to ask you about this. I didn't realize that your skateboard wax bars were sculptural. And then to find out that they're scented, these are wonderful. Do you do like surfboard wax too?
You know, it translates to ski wax, like,
Oh,
and I'm in New Hampshire, like a lot of people ski up here, so I'm just thinking, is this my gonna be my main thing all of a sudden? I have no idea. We'll
I
see.
I know a rock goddess that surfs, and I know a rock goddess that snowboards. And so I'm gonna need to order some wax from you for them.
Dude, they can have it complimentary.
Aw, aw. I'm gonna introduce you all.
Drop the
Yeah,
C bomb there secretly.
they can be your like, oh, I don't know what you call it, like your sponsorship people. What do you call that? Your endorsement people.
Yeah, just anybody that will talk about it. That's basically what you want.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cool. Okay, well, that was an interesting side note. Fire dancing, though. How long have you been fire dancing?
So that was kind of a natural progression from belly dance turned to circus arts, basically.
Oh, okay.
So my first
Yeah.
prop was um, fire fans,
Uh-huh.
and I balanced fire candle, fire sword. But you know, I don't really. There's a lot of rules about fire performance, so there's not a lot of great places to perform it. Perform it around the campfire at the house or at like a
Mhm.
medieval event sometimes, but it's pretty rule. It's rule orientated when you're doing
Yeah.
what you buy.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
I like to try to work stuff like that into my performance whenever I can. So maybe
Amazing. Gotta
it
see
could
a live
happen one
show.
day.
Oh man. Okay. And what about painting? Painter?
Yeah, I am. I have a art degree,
Oh.
which I would say I don't know if it served me so well, but I do art all the time. I did our band T-shirt.
Nice.
It's like a wizard, a princess,
Oh my God.
couple elves in there on some kind of epic journey. That kind of reminds me of our band
Mm-hmm.
in a way, like a band of misfits that come together and become a family and go on a quest.
Aw.
But you know, my friend Dylan, our drummer, he kind of storyboarded the idea for it. Like it was kind of a concept he wanted that I just slowly worked with over the pandemic. Got something together.
Oh, nice. You know, I feel like I think that you're the first doom metal artist to be on the Rock Goddesses, and I just wanted to say something that I like about doom metal or appreciate about doom metal is that holding those notes on the bass hurts. It
Yeah.
hurts really.
Chris Nichols, our bass player, holds it down. He doesn't get enough cred, but he should.
Because like you're like
He does.
on
He
the
holds it
frets.
down.
It's like ouch. So yeah, and then also doom metal takes I think um I guess just the only word I can think of is like a special amount of rhythm and being like in tune with the rest of your band because it's slower. And so every note is like a little bit more noticeable than if you're playing like really fast metal.
Well,
So,
we play some of our songs, some of our set is down tuned to D, so you have to work that into the set. But I mean, we do have a lot of NWOTHM influence, traditional influence. So we're getting more like a little bit. We're evolving a little Iron Maiden-y too.
oh,
So I feel like we can cross genres really well with our band.
yeah, and
'Cause I like a little fast pace too.
I think that the other thing is like most people don't want to listen to like one style of music all the time. Like you wake up in the morning and you're kind of like in a mood for I don't know, like Blondie or something, and then like later in the day you're like I got to get this stuff done, like give me something heavier, and then like later on in the day you want something a little more chill.
You do.
So,
Sometimes you just need AOR on the drive home,
yeah.
like just
I'm just
something
like
sort of different.
winter, you want to listen to some black metal when the snow is falling, and then in the summer, it's
You're
time for
thinking about frost giants, then you're thinking about May goddesses.
yeah, and then you need some glam metal in the summer when you're getting on the boat, and it's so I think that people like maybe they have like favorite niches, but often people also like to have different things to listen to for different occasions.
Oh,
So
I agree. What like a David Bowie?
we got some David
David
Bowie.
Bowie,
I mean,
little ACDC over here.
oh my gosh, amazing. Oh, also
So
your
we
outfit.
love it all. We're nostalgia addicts. Just we eat it up.
And I gotta say your outfits on Instagram are so cute. I love them. Just
Yeah.
thinking of them because of this cute top you're wearing. But yeah, so last question is do you have any new announcements for us?
Well, we're going to be coming out with our um, full length. We're working on it. We've got enough songs together. We don't want to fall. I mentioned Jameson Raids from the 70s, never getting it together, only doing a few EPs. I don't want that to be us.
Hmm.
So we're going to be recording pretty soon. We've got enough material. That's just a goal to get that full length album out there. We're on vinyl. Two of our songs are Mourn the Light is playing Hell's Heroes. They're on there. So I think our combined album is going to be floating around out there.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully we'll get our own together soon and move forward. Not be
Amazing.
stuck, not be lost.
Oh, oh my gosh, all you people going to Hell's Heroes, you know that I'm not going.
I'm not either. We went 1 year. I want to go back, but
I I'm not gonna be there, so I need somebody to get me an Archdruid compilation vinyl. Everybody that's listening, buy me
oh,
presents.
yeah, some
So,
great ones in there.
where can we listen to your music and how can we follow what you do?
We are on all streaming platforms right now. We've got everything on Spotify. Bandcamp, if you go to Bandcamp, you get our shirts. We've got two different versions. One is the artwork I did. That will help support the album the most if you go to Bandcamp. But you can stream on Spotify, Apple Music. We're trying to expand and get it out there.
Yeah, yeah. You got a Facebook, Instagram. Uh,
Archdruid doom is
mhm.
our Instagram, and I'm
Uh,
Sorted Sim on Instagram. So if you want
okay.
to follow me, follow the band.
Amazing. Okay, last thing, we're gonna play a game. I'm gonna hold up two.
Again.
I'm gonna hold up two vinyl albums, and you'll pick one, and you'll tell us why you picked it.
All right.
So, Blondie or Cherry Vanilla?
I am most familiar with Blondie. I'm gonna get you,
Yeah.
get you, get you, get you.
Oh, they are.
So I
And
love them. That was kind of an early influence on me.
I could tell from your vocals. I'm like definitely paying attention to what people are doing. If you like Blondie and her vocals, you should check out Cherry Vanilla because it's actually pretty similar.
You know what? I think I will.
All right, so Cher or Gladys Knight?
Oh my gosh, I love them so much. When I was a kid, my mom would wake me up to Motown. So Gladys Knight and the Pips is awesome, but I'm gonna have to go to Cher. She is more my vibe.
A
Just because
dark lady
vibe alone.
laughed and then she lit the candles one by one. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
Okay, so Grace Slick Dreams or Stevie Nicks Belladonna?
that's so hard because I love White Rabbit, Grace Slick, all the like transitional 70s. So we love transitional eras. But I'm gonna ultimately have to go with Stevie Nicks because she denies it, but she's a little witchy. I have to
Yeah.
go with her.
What is she talking about? She like brings I've seen like some videos of her in like the recording practice space that she has with Fleetwood Mac, and she like arrives with like a voodoo doll. She
Like
can't
what?
deny that.
Stop. Just stop.
Stop. Okay, so LA Witch or Hoaxed?
Hoax. I'm not. You know what? I'm not familiar with them. I'm not as familiar with either one.
Oh, oh, okay. So these are two bands that could play together. They could play a show together. Um, so some similarities. I think you're really gonna like Hoaxed a lot. So check them out. And LA Witch, both of these bands have a little bit of a doomy influence on them, actually. But
Wait,
they're
that's why you picked them for me.
yeah, I do try to pick stuff that I think my guests are gonna have a hard time picking between.
You know what? I learned about Betty Davis from your show, The Queen of Funk, the original Nasty Girl. So
That makes me so happy.
yeah, I checked it out today. I was like, wow.
Yeah, to like to help people discover our foremothers, our trailblazing rock goddesses. So King Woman or Coven?
Coven, I've seen them twice. Love Jinx. Uh, they were doing it before Black Sabbath, honey. I'm just gonna say
Sure
it.
were. They most certainly were.
Yeah,
And
there's a lot of similarities there, but
oh, yeah.
Jinx Dawson all the way.
You know
Yeah,
what? We can talk about those similarities right now because I always think it's an important thing to talk about. So, Jinx was already touring with Coven, as you already know. I'm just telling our audience. Already
yeah,
touring with Coven in the very late 60s, and this album came out in the was it 69, I believe. So, her bassist's name was Oz
Oz
Osbourne.
Osbourne.
Yeah, and Black Sabbath is one of the names of the songs on this album. Black Sabbath in the UK was called the Polka Tulk Blues Band, but when this album was taken out of rotation, the year after is when Polka Tulk Blues Band changed their name to Black Sabbath, and the lead singer changed his name to Ozzy Osbourne. And Ronnie James Dio was playing bass in a band called Elf at the time that
Yeah.
Jinx was on tour already. And so Jinx was already throwing up her devil horns when Ronnie was still playing bass. So there's no way that he did it first. It was
Now
Jinx.
I talk about his Italian grandma all he wants, but
Yeah,
there's proof in the pudding, honey.
lies. So we love you.
No, that they're innovators and they didn't get the credit, but I hope that they are now. I
Yeah.
wish them all the best.
I mean, she's outliving her enemies anyway. So,
Hail Satan.
yeah,
Right.
well, Satan. So, yeah. And all that. So, thank you so much for coming to talk. I had so much fun getting silly with the wax, especially, and you were a super good guest. This was extremely fun for me.
Awesome, Joe. So much fun. I was a little
Yeah.
nervous. Lot- It was great though.
Yeah, come or just let me know when you're playing a show because I need to see it. Looks like it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Our next show is at the Shaskeen Pub, Manchester, April 13th. So
Okay. Maybe not that
playing
one.
our home, basically playing our hometown. It's the first time
Cool.
we've toured
Cool.
all around, but we haven't quite got to our home base yet. But we are
No.
this April.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look into that and see if I can just like take a train up there.
We're doing Portland, Maine too.
Okay, I'll have to ask you more questions about that. All right. Bye.
All
Thank
right,
you.
good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.